because everyone knows that I retired when I was 792, last match to go. So this is the match that I had enough of cricket. So I decided to retire. So to give the youngsters another chance, because there are, after that Rangana got 400 wickets, so they were waiting to give them a chance. So I had nothing to achieve, so I thought, what happened was last inning, India was follow on and last batsman to a batting. So I had 799 wickets. So when we bowling that, good thing happened was Lasith Malinga was bowling and he got injured and he went off. Because if he'd have bowled for tailenders, you know how lethal is lucky. Lasith would have got the wicket. So Rangan Erath was bowling and myself. We bowled about close to 14 overs in between to get the last wicket. So then water break came. So Ishan and Pagan was there. So then I went and asked. Them that I told him. Right, okay. Okay, I don't want to say that bit about, but so end of the day, I was lucky enough to pick the last wicket. Mayala got the slip catch and got it. So it was not easily happen. I thought it meant to be happen rather than anything else, because anybody could take that wicket, and also last wicket of that match, I have to take it. So for me, it's 800 was a number, but end of the day, this 800 became a big popular all over the world, because 800 number became a very popular for me. Even the movie is named as 800, how to achieve 800. So that's what happened, I can say to you.
So my second question for you is that this film has had its own journey. Initially, obviously, I think the film has been in the wings for a while, and
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
This particular film, has had its own journey. Earlier, obviously, there was a different actor, and certain things happened because of which there was a slight change. And now, after looking at this trailer, I wanted to ask you, how confident are you that come at the end of this film, once people go to theaters and watch these films, they'll be able to leave all the other things, off the pitch things behind, and that they'll be able to say that this film is about a cricketer, and the identities, don't matter when it comes to sports.
Yeah, because this film is not talking about my records and everything. It is talking about how I achieved this 800. It is all about inside story. Even some stories I don't know. What director went and 2 years researched and stayed in Colombo and Kandy and went to my places, spoke to my friends, it's a true story. So it is not anything added or anything, what has really happened, and he has put into a screenplay. So whether public has to like it or not, that's up to them, because it is not going to be like everyday match. Match will come only very little, right? But the inside, what happened? Inside. So people, I think in this world, people doesn't know what's happened in the dressing room. So even everyone knows, if you take Sachin today, he has been here, and he got 18,000 run, 15,000 run. To get that, what he has done, how he did it, nobody knows. Only he will know, his friends will know, who the colleagues will know. So this is what we wanted to present it to. Actually, I didn't want to take a movie at the first place, which coincidentally happened because Venkat Prabhu sir came and to my house as a visitor, right? Because my wife's childhood friend, and they all with Sripati and everybody was there. At the time, just funnily had discussion and said, why don't you do a film? Then I was first assistant. Then my manager forced me, okay, you better do whether they want to do it. So give the rights to them. So that's what happened rather than anything else. So I think people will know story, not only the story of mine, history of Sri Lanka as well, they will reveal on this, because people doesn't know perspective of Sri Lanka. See, so many obstacles through when I went, even in cricket, even in my life. So how Sri Lanka went as a cricketing nation, how we developed as a cricketing nation. So everything will be revealed in this movie if you watched.
Just one final question from my side, Murali sir. Obviously, the great Sanath JayaSuriya mentioned that, in the dressing room, you were always constantly chatting. You were like a coach. So once, obviously, when you joined CSK, under MS Dhoni, did you also try to coach MS Dhoni or the CSK teammates? Were you also chatting in that Chennai dressing room?
Definitely, that is my habit. My habit doesn't change wherever played or whoever with I play. So my natural, I don't want to fake anything. Natural instincts will come. So in dressing room, I'm a different person. I am in my house, I'm a different person. I am in public, I'm a different person. So that is the way you have, mannerism is carried. So that's what he revealed, that nobody knows. So those are the things will you see in the movie, what happened and what things, because these people doesn't understand. So doesn't know, because people want to know, the cricket fans, how the cricketers become that good, how they work hard, how they relax their mind. So it will all reveal in this movie.
हाय
मुरली सर
मधुर और डायरेक्टर साहब, आपसे मैं जानना चाहता हूँ, वो कौन सी तीन चीजें चैलेंजिंग थी आपके लिए जब आप ये बायोपिक बना रहे थे? डायरेक्टर साहब, आपके लिए तीन सबसे चैलेंजिंग चीजें, और मधुर आप जब प्ले कर रहे थे तो आपके लिए कौन सी तीन सबसे चैलेंजिंग चीजें थी जिनमें आपको काम करने में मतलब पसीना निकल गया था?
Shripati sir, should I translate for you?
No, I understand.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
So the three important things. The first thing is the life that he has lived was so dramatic. Some kind of sequences people won't believe that it happened if I show it in the film. So trying to create a story out of his life was very challenging. Where do I begin the story? Where do I end it? Was very, very challenging. And then I should say that Shahan Karnatilga, the co-writer, was very supportive in that. So we collaborated and made the screenplay. And we ended up building the screenplay on a theme that would be relevant even now for the people to get inspired by his film. So that was very challenging first up. And then putting things together, when you start executing your plans, the first thing is the actors that you choose are very, very important. As a director, I believe directing actors is a very important role that I have to play well. So getting the right cast in, and then since it's a biopic, people will start comparing the actor with the real life personality. So there's a line you'll have to draw where it doesn't become a mimicry, and still people get the emotion and feel the reality. Reality, I mean the reality in the screen has to be as real as the actors. So those were challenging, and then it was a very, very difficult situation when we went to Sri Lanka for shoot. In fact, on the first day, we were advised to go back, cancel the shoot because there were riots happening, recently in last year, what happened in Sri Lanka. So there was no fuel, even papers we had to bring from India. So the situation was very difficult, and we somehow managed. People was very supportive there. And though riots were happening, they didn't trouble us. The shoot was going smoothly. So these were all the toughest things that we had to go through.
Murli sir.
जी, तो मेरे लिए सबसे पहले तो इस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के नीचे क्रम्बल नहीं हो जाना कि आप इतने बड़े लेजेंड को प्ले कर रहे हैं, जिनको ऑब्वियसली आई वाज बोर्न इन 1990, सो इनको ही देखते देखते हम बड़े हुए हैं. एंड it was very daunting जब initially I realized कि okay, I'm going to have to play him. Secondly was getting the look and the action right, which we spent many workshops on. We tried many iterations of the look. And the third thing which I felt was most important was even though we wanted to my character to look like sir and everything, but वो caricaturize नहीं हो जाना चाहिए, and not just getting stuck in the mannerisms, but like I said before, going forward and finding more about the man. And हमारी कोशिश वही रही थी that obviously sir को हम field पे जानते हैं, उनकी public life के बारे में हम जानते हैं, but there's so much behind पर्दे के पीछे जो है, जो हमको नहीं पता है, उसको हमने इस फिल्म में एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश की है. So I hope we've done a good job in that, and those three were the toughest things for me.
Murli sir, huge honor to be sitting in your presence. My first question to you is, you had decided to retire in a match where destiny had it that you took 800 wickets, probably the most fairy tale ending ever. Would you have postponed that retirement if you were like one short of 800 to reach that landmark? And in hindsight, do you feel you should have? Because after you retired, India ended up winning that series.
Yeah, no, because so I was took this decision with my wife and my parents and everybody together. Only took this decision. So I need their support also to when you retire also, because that is a change of life. So they also supported me in that. So once I took the stand, so they stick to also, I also stick to it, because I am a person, once you take a stand, you stick to it. Because whether it's a 800, whether I achieve or not, the same question so many people ask me, but still I think I had the world record in me. So 800 is a number one, you're passing another few wickets here. So whether it comes or not, I was not bothered about it. I was bothered about it, give an opportunity to other people, right time to retire. World Cup is coming 4 months after, so I have to speak to the selectors, and I understood, they also said, but I would have never, if it would end up with 798 or 793, I don't never played, because I made up my mind.
So
Do
my,
watch the film. We've explored this in the film as well. So yeah.
so my second question to you is the entire huge controversy that happened in Australia just prior to the World Cup, where after your action was cleared, in spite of that, the umpires kept calling you for a no ball, and Ranatunga, being Ranatunga sir, decided to walk off with the entire team. Do you feel that behind that there was an undercurrent, a hint of racism among the Australians? Because whenever any Asian player comes fourth, they probably cannot handle it, and they just could not probably come to terms that you were the one who's going to challenge their golden boy, Shane Warne.
So you will see this in the movie and you will understand what is that, because these are the inside stories. I don't want to reveal now. Definitely you have to see the movie. Definitely you will understand of that question what you are answering. You will get the answer in the movie.
And so my final question
Hello?
is, after Sangakkara, Jayawardena and Rangana Herat, after they have retired, what do you feel is probably ailing Sri Lankan cricket? Because recently they even had to play the World Cup qualifiers in order to qualify for the main tournament. What do you feel is ailing Sri Lankan cricket, where at one time, people used to shake in their boots to play Sri Lanka?
See, generation happens that. So 2 decades when I am playing, it was so good, the cricket team was. Now, because other teams gone further ahead in the development and everything, we are a little bit far, a little bit down. And I think it might change, because you can't, nothing is permanent. So it will change. So we have to wait till because see, you have created a lot of legends. So if you ask another Sachin Tendulkar to produce, you won't produce again. Same way Sanath JayaSuriya, no. So the different type of players will come. So that will take some time, and it will come, I think, because we have to keep our fingers crossed.
So one small last question. Who do you think, according to you, is the final,
jump, Baba.
is the favorite to win the World Cup, and who would you pick to score the most runs and pick the most wickets?
Not an ideal place to say.
We'll jump on that. You got the best
Hello,
content.
hello.
Yeah.
Hi Murli, so I'm Grace here. So basically, there are talks that India should be renamed as Bharat. Even Virendra Sehwag said that it should be Team India, nahi Team Bharat on the shirts of the players. What is your comment on that?
Because how can I say about another country what should be shirt on that then? Sorry about that, because I don't understand what should be there.
That's my cue now, actually. Yes. So we'll stick to all those questions that will come in the Instagram. But thank you so much for being so gracious. All 4 of you, thank you very much. Sripati sir. Yes.